Hi guys, I've had a few people ask me how I've gotten on since doing the Boano fairing changeover, which was about, I don't know, 2 years ago. And I've never really done an update on it. I did mention in that video that I was going to, so here I thought I better quickly do one. So yeah, a couple of years back I put the Boano front on the front of this bike, and I'll post a link to the earlier video, and yeah, that'll give you a bit of an idea how I went on. But yeah, so when I first put it on, I ended up having a bit of buffeting. So I found this thing on eBay, I don't know, 20-30 bucks. And actually no, my brother had it, so I borrowed it off him, and as soon as I tried it, I was just like, wow, that's cool, and I gave him the money. I'm 6'2", so it just perfectly keeps the wind off my helmet. I can move my hand up and down like that, and I can actually feel where the buffeting goes above my helmet. So that's been a really good thing. A little bit annoying in the dusty going with the sun on it, but yeah, as a rule, if you keep it pretty clean, it's not so bad. We finally finished off the wiring recently, so I'll just turn this on. So she's got, put me some across the lens, that's handy. So yeah, so I've got one light for a headlight, then high beam is 2 lights, and then I've also got a switch down here for my little LED spotties somewhere. Where are they? There they are. So yeah, they're on a separate switch again, but they also work with the high beam, so that's a very good set of lights, and it works quite well. And then just some little regular style indicators. I did have LEDs to start with, and then funnily enough, the little cheap LED flasher unit that I bought, it crapped out, so I just went old school with the original old mechanical type one with normal bulbs, because I'm a bit old school like that, and if that sort of stuff just works. But otherwise, yeah, the bike's stock other than the fairing, which I'm really pleased with the fairing. I put this rubber strip around it and it worked out really well. Just neatens things up. We ended up just putting some wrinkle black on the dash itself. Originally it had a box thing that stuck out here, which I mounted the GPS to, and it ended up being a bit annoying. It moved around a bit, so I cut that off and shortened where the GPS goes. So with the GPS on there, it fits there quite neatly. And that's a speedo off a DRZ400. Luckily my old DRZ400 only had about 3,000 less k's than this bike, so that's reading 80,000, so it's currently got about 83,000, so that worked out well. That's a little temperature gauge, just a little battery operated one. Looks like I'm due for a battery, but yeah. And then we stuck some USBs and a 12 volt slot there, and I've got a switch here because there's a little light that comes on in there. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, so just if I leave the bike parked for a few weeks, I don't want to go leaving current drawing all the time, so that controls those, which means I don't have to have the key in the bike if I want to charge the phone, so that works well. And the DRZ speedo worked good. What else have I done to it? Oh, a little TPMS gauge that I bought on eBay. It's nothing too fancy, it's tyre pressure monitoring, jiggly if I'm pushing the right button. I only put that on recently. I originally had it, there it is, yeah, I originally had it down here where that hole is there, and it was fantastic, but this one's actually a solar plated one, panelled one, and when I had it there, the solar panel was right underneath the dash, so that kind of screwed that up. But yeah, so she's no, I'm really pleased with it. It's a fantastic setup, the old Boano. And then yeah, you know, the old faithful trim. I'm trying to tank bag for the first time in my life, just because I'm about to actually send this bike to Perth. I'm here in Bundaberg at the moment on the east coast of Australia, so we're going to me and my friend, we're freighting our bikes over to Perth on the west coast of Australia, and we're going to do a ride across the middle, so I'm pretty looking forward to that. So I put a tank bag on just to charge phones and gadgets while we're driving along, because yeah, at least then I can yeah, plug in there, run a cord, and yeah, and charge things through the day while we're riding along. Otherwise, yeah, the standard thing, I wouldn't mind changing that tail light one day. It looks a bit dated now that I've got that nice front end on it, but yeah, wait and see. This bike, thankfully, I'm in the shadow there, this bike thankfully's got a factory luggage option. It's got the Givey top box, but it's got the Honda side boxes, and they're fantastic. My wife, loves them. Yeah, they just clip off and go into a motel room, and then when I go out with the boys, I just throw soft bags over it if I'm riding through the bush more often, and I put that Dominator pipe on it. That is fantastic. I don't know if this will do it any justice. It just sounds so nice. Yeah, here it is with the luggage system on. Turns out it's not a Givey box, it's actually a Shad's box, the top box, but the genuine Hondas. I just recently, you can see over there behind near my boat there, I bought myself a Super Tenere, because the wife and I are just getting a little bit how do I say it nicely? We're getting a little bit bigger in our old age. I'm 50 next birthday, or next year. So yeah, we're finding, for weirdly enough, with the Super Tenere, I did a measurement from the middle pin there to the back of here, and it's only 100 millimeters, 4 inches. You wouldn't think that'd make that much difference, but it made a massive difference. It's we've actually got a lot more room on the 1200, and obviously the power difference and the shaft drive's nice. So I don't know whether or not I'll sell this one after I get back from Perth. I don't know, because I really like this bike. But the Yamaha, here's a freaky thing. These boxes just like are fantastic. They clip off and on in a second. You know, there's my raincoat there. They just open, job's done. The Yamaha boxes, they are good, but you need the key to open them. Like all the time. Is with these ones here, you just got the little latches. They're just so easy, and to take them off and on, yeah, just you flip that handle up, pull that, off it comes, and then put it back on. You just line up your little slots. They're a really good little setup. A bit tricky with one hand, but there you go. Get back on. There it goes. Just pushing up with my knee. But yeah, just such an easy little setup, these Honda boxes. They're fantastic. And for a almost 20-year-old bike, it's yeah, really nice with the hard boxes. But yeah, what else have I gone to? Oh, we put this crossbar on because when I put the bark busters on, it where this position was pretty much the same spot, it interfered with these, so I had to make a new crossbar, which my friend Daryl did that for me. It's a bit creative. And Oxford heated grips, they're a bit hard, but they work fantastic in the cold. Not that we get a lot of cold here in sunny Queensland. But other than that, yeah, no, that's all I've done to it. And yeah, like I say, really happy with that Boano fairing. Definitely recommend it. It's not the cheapest option, that's for sure, but yeah, it made a massive difference to this bike. I just ordered myself actually another set of Transalp stickers too, so next time you see it, it'll have Transalp. Hopefully it fits nicely across there, so we'll see how that goes. But otherwise, yeah, nah, she's a cool thing, the old Honda. I like it. Yeah, so like I say, keep an eye out for us when we do this trip to Perth, or from Perth. I'll be sure to post a few videos of the old Honda going across the countryside. I've got no doubt about it that it'll make it and do it easily. I'll just have the soft bags on for that one, and a bit of camping gear on the back, and we'll cut across the country. And yeah, no, really looking forward to that. That should be good. But yeah, so be sure to subscribe, because yeah, I've definitely got some cool Transalp videos coming up.